Hey guys, I want to do a real quick video. This is Eden's Living TV. This is the National Library of Medicine. It's one of the top, when I was in pharma, if I had to do research and go get clinical papers to go and talk to doctors, is which I had to do. I had to go present clinical papers, try to talk doctors into using my drugs. So I have been really looking into blue light. We're exposed to blue light all the time, like our phones, TVs. These lights are not natural. They're affecting our circadian rhythm. So this is an abstract done where they're looking at visible light and seeing how it affects the circadian rhythm. So it's saying that visible light, why sunshine's so important, why Bill Gates is trying to block out the sun, because sunlight, you get your vitamin D. That is so important for your metabolic processes, your moods, your circadian rhythm completely is affected. Okay, it's talking about here on a 24-hour cycle, these wavelengths, these perceived blue color. Now remember, the blue color, the frequency is 66.6. It doesn't burn. So in the color world, colors affect the body and eyes too. It affects the brain. That's why they use in GameStop and then use color harassment. Colors are very powerful on your mind. That's why I wear colored sunglasses, like the tinted sunglasses, to help my brain. So this blue color, the strongest synchronizing agent in your circadian system, it keeps most of your biological and your psychological rhythms synchronized. So if this circadian rhythm, which is when you get up, it's all when you go to bed, it's real important to get up and stare at, early in the morning, sun gazing, and to get on a sleep cycle, a rest cycle, that your body has this rhythm, the circadian rhythm. Okay, it's important that you get your sleep. These sleep disruptions or chronic misalignment can cause psychiatric and neurodegenerative illness. Your brain, guys, it degenerates your brain. I'm trying to fight a brain tumor. I'm trying to keep my brain detoxed. I'm trying to protect my brain. I'm trying to protect my brain from technology. I'm in the media world. I'm surrounded by devices. I have to learn how to, use black tourmaline and shielding techniques to protect my eyes and my bodies from these signals. So your sleep, your mood, your cognitive, your brain performance depends not only the light spectrum, but guys, it depends on the exposure and the intensity of the light. That's why I tell everybody, please go out and get 10 to 20 minutes of sunshine a day without your glasses. I need as much skin as exposed. I'm trying to keep you healthy on a cellular level. You are a battery. Your body needs to be charged. It is your blue light, the exposure of light during the day, not just blue light, but light in general. The exposure to blue light during the day, important to suppress melatonin secretion. So what I tell you, when you're looking at these blue lights all day long, it affects your hormone levels. It affects whether your body secretes melatonin out of your pineal gland, which is your seat of your soul, how you see the world. All y'all's is calcified. It's calcified. You drink fluorinated water. You've eaten GMO foods. You put nanotechnology in your body. Now you're chipping your body. I'm guilty. I carry this stupid phone everywhere I go. I'm trying to learn to put it in a Faraday bag and keep my hands off of it. Don't put it in my pocket. It's radiating you. So if this hormone, melatonin, the secretion of it, plays such a crucial role in your sleep cycle, your circadian rhythm, your moods, everything. So if you're being exposed to blue light, while exposure to blue light is important for keeping the organism's well-being, alertness, cognitive performance during the day, chronic exposure, listen to this, low-intensity blue light directly before bedtime. All y'all like, I can't sleep. And you get up on your phone and you scroll through Facebook, or Fakebook as I call it. It has serious implications in your sleep quality. All of it. And inevitably, your whole well-being, your alertness, your cognitive. So look at this. This is the rhythm. Rhythm of getting up in the morning while you're working all day. This is the sleep cycle. So your circadian is visible light, blue light, melatonin. All of these. Guys, be careful with the kind of light that you're exposed to. Now, red light is amazing for you. I had someone that I know, I'm not going to call them out, Oh yeah, M. Vaccine police. Of course we won't call them out. You're taking your blue light everywhere to your little meetings. Do you know that blue light opens up the blood-brain barrier and it also hurts the DNA? It's very used for mind suggestion. Now I know why you carried it. Y'all, be careful who you follow. Just telling you. Circadian rhythms, biological cycles, they all have a 24-hour period. Your body temperature, your hormone levels, your sleep duration, all of it, your cognitive, all of these physiological variables. Light, it's the ability of this light to synchronize with your biological clock. Your circadian rhythm is a biological clock. It's been known since 1958. The human eye was discovered and later identified to be especially, your eyes are especially sensitive to blue light. So you're sitting here looking at cell phones all day long. These photoreceptors are retinal ganglion cells, the RGC, and they communicate directly with the brain. So your melalopsin containing these retinal ganglion cells, they're intrinsic photoreceptor retinal cells. And they get about 1% found in the front of your retina. And this is called the master clock of the brain. I bet y'all hadn't ever been told that, huh? All these lights absolutely affect. You have your circadian rhythms, you have your photoreceptors, you have these cells that different from classical rod, you have these your eyes have rods and cones of how you take in light. And if you're real sensitive, you go outside, I promise you, if you look out the sun, you're like, my eyes. You have a deficiency, probably in magnesium. So be careful. I'm going to tell you again. Be careful with the type of light that you are looking at. When you look at it, there's your pineal gland right there. There it is. Let's take a picture of that and use that as my screen. It's the master gland of your body. It does everything. Your brain communicates, light communicates. You have a master clock, your circadian rhythm. When your clock gets off, importance of blue light in regulating human behavior and circadian rhythm. So these cones in your eyes, these visual systems, these wavelengths of how you interpret the light, once you bring them into your light spectrum through the rods and cones of your eyes. The eyes to white light intensifies with a peak of about 555 nanometers. God, y'all, white light, that's high. High. So they're just basically telling you how light affects your circadian rhythm, what colors affect. That blue monochromatic light exposure more affected to cause a phase delay to the circadian rhythm. So there you go, right there. That blue light of your phone is literally interrupting your circadian rhythm and is done by monitoring the melatonin secretion. We can look at this. We can absolutely look. So when at 12 a.m., in the evening, you're getting this huge peak in the middle of the night of your melatonin production. Now, if you take melatonin, that production is not going to happen. You're actually hurting yourself when you continue to take this stuff over and over and over. Careful with melatonin. It's not supposed to be taken for long terms. So here it is at night, increasing at peaks between the daytimes about 12 p.m. and 4 a.m. And then it starts decreasing about 8 o'clock in the morning. So you have these phases, you have these circadian rhythms and these light exposures, and then you have declining light exposure. So the evidence of the importance of the light to regulate the circadian rhythm, melatonin suppression observed by applying bright light. So your white light and blue lights, your phones and your TVs and all of this, all of it is affecting your melatonin and is affecting your pineal gland. It suppresses, the bright light suppresses your melatonin by 34, led to treating seasonal affective disorder with bright light. That's what I use bright light for. The efficacy of blue light for treating this disorder is just now beginning to develop. I don't personally like, from what I have been reading, blue light hurts the DNA. So this is a little bit of controversial. I'm not telling you to go get blue light. You understand? Red light, yes. You get different light spectrums from the sun. That was my whole point of getting out in the sun, getting the light, getting your circadian rhythm, and stay away from the blue lights of these phones. Look at here. Let's see. Recognize alertness influenced by aspects of well-being. Power to reset the organism's daily meter. Guys, your whole circadian rhythm, most notably in blue spectrum and illumination intensity on circadian rhythms, alertness, and sleep. Most studies in humans concluded an initial ophthalmological, say that like 10 times fast, ophthalmological exam. Okay, let's see what they came up with. Summarizes, these are the different light spectrums. This is how the nanometers, how they measured alertness, sleepiness, their mood, their cognitive performance. This is how you look at research studies and you see what they did. But also, find out who paid for the study, because they might be wanting you to believe in something and they'll pay for it for someone to write it. So it's very important for you to get 2 or 3 different clinicals and compare, and then you will find an overlapping truth, but there are falsities in these paid-for studies. But look, that blue light impact on aging and retinal damage, and we're sitting here looking at blue lights all damn day. Blue light input circadian rhythm may result in disturbed circadian rhythm and sleep in the elderly. Changes melatonin are also. There you go. I'm not going to sit here and keep recording. I'm at 12 minutes. But the age-related decline of retinal illumination is estimated and taken into the account of human crystalline lens. We have a crystalline lens of our eyes. The pupil-weighted spectrum, that's, your pupil, and how it's affected and how your melatonin is suppressed, and then how more facets of blue light. Blue light ranges from 460 nanometers, the intense 4 to 440. And this reaction, a photo reversal of bleaching, it augments the capability of the molecules to absorb protons, so it induces damage to your retinal cells. Production of oxidative stress. There you go. Oxidative damage can lead to accumulation of the buildup of lipofuscin, the retinal pigmentation. Provides nutrients, photo affecting their ability and severity of blue light-induced damage depends on the time of day and the circadian rhythm. I'm warning y'all about these phones. You hear me? Blue light hazard functions, according to ISO, represents a relatively spectrum sensitivity of the human eye. Blue light hazards are based on the effectiveness of radiation to induce photo reversal of bleaching. Remember, your retinal is how you take in everything you need to be healthy. So the disruption, look, circadian rhythms, melatonin, suppressing melatonin, peripheral oscillators, clocks that evenly adapt to the tissues. So you have a natural clock, you have a natural seat of the soul, and they're hitting you with artificial lights and GMO foods and, color harassment through media, mind control. Be careful what kind of light that you watch. Get out into the sunshine. And we'll leave it on this. Chronic disruption in circadian rhythm may have potential to seriously affect human health. Decreased melatonin plays a vital role in the development of chronic diseases, cancer, cardiovascular disease, reproduction, endometriosis, gastrointestinal, sleep deprivation, diabetes, bipolar spectrums, cognitive impair. There you go. Directly expose the effects of wrong-time sunlight exposures and long-term health consequences. Modern society exposed to artificial lighting is virtually unavoidable. Yeah, go out at night, it's like a war zone of radiation. I've started walking at night, and I was going to the park, but my eyes are being burned. Guys, I'm having radiation symptoms come back. You can hear it in my chest. I'm sick this morning. It's why it's important for these disruptions are increasing this health for the risk of your night workers and your flight attendants that, they have jet lag and they don't get any sunlight and they have ambient light during the night. Decreased death risk related to long sleep duration. So it can increase your death. So who knew? Increased breast cancer. They did animal experience to find out what's going on. Light exposure during the night work, shift work involves circadian disruption. So to recognize the International Agency of Research on Cancer. There you go. Your gene expression, everything. Your intra-organ circadian disruptions of all this. Guys, get you some sunshine. Be careful of the blue lights that you're carrying around, looking at screens, watching TVs. You're out in public and you're bombarded by media and TVs and signals. Excuse me. So I'm just giving you a little bit of education. You can heal one bite, one thought, one prayer at a time. If you want naturopathic consults, biofeedback, things like that, or if you have post-traumatic stress and you need somebody to talk to, I'm still in my ITR therapy. I've still got to present my clinicals, my final pass, and then I can set my practice up for ITR. But instinctual therapy, it has saved my life. It really has. Y'all learn, understand the countermeasures for altering effects of the blue light. All these exposures. So what are they saying? Countermeasures. Let's see. See all these electronic blue light blocking features? Yeah, use your blue light blocking features on your displays. It's one of the countermeasures. And you can also wear blue blockers. Okay? All right. Love y'all.